Well, my name's Steve Peaty. I'm an actual athletics coach. Um, I sort of drifted into the wheelchair coaching probably about 6 years ago. I was the actual athletics development officer for Hackney and Tower Hamlets at the time, and was asked really to actually try and find someone who we could actually get from Tower Hamlets in the wheelchair mini marathon, because we'd never had anyone. And it really started like that. We never actually got anyone from Tower Hamlets in the first year. But we've just sort of grown it from there, really. When they started the London Marathon, sort of many moons ago, it was about 30 years ago now, I think. Anyway, I think first of all, they started having the actual wheelchair race for the adults in it, so they competed over the full marathon distance. They then started bringing in what's called the mini marathon, and that's run by able-bodied children from all the boroughs across London. And because it's supposed to be inclusive, they just introduced the mini marathon event. The mini marathon event isn't all that we're involved in. It just gives us a focus this time of year, and it's quite a big achievement for the children to actually be able to actually say that they've competed in the mini marathon, and they've actually they get their medal at the end of it and things like that. On the day, what tends to happen is we have a number of volunteers and stuff on the course, of which I am one, and I'm normally at the back, and we're sort of there to make sure. You saw some of the younger ones here today have never done it before. We'll be at the back, as it were, sweeping up and just making sure they get through, everything's safe for them. I am by training an athletics coach, so to me, I enjoy athletics coaching. My actual job as well, I actually am the multi-sports disability coach for the Cumberland Partnership, School Sports Partnership. So my full-time job is actually working with young disabled children anyway, making sure they take part in PE. I like this because I'm able to work at all levels. If I get someone who's good, we can progress them along. And it's just really, it's a sort of, I shouldn't really say, it's like a privileged thing from my point of view, really, that you're actually showing them that they can actually achieve something. So for an able-bodied child to actually run 3 miles sounds quite a lot. For a young disabled child who probably all he ever does is gets out of a bus, goes to school and just pushes his chair around school, we're actually showing them that they can actually do something. The event that I would go for the Olympics would probably be the women's 4 hurdles. The reason is the young lady who's not over here today, but Perry Shakes-Drayton, who I've seen grown up as an able-bodied athlete, hopefully she'll be in the Olympic final. She's ranked about 5 in the world now, so one would hope she's one of England's medal chances at the Olympics for that. But the other thing, I don't think there'd be an event. I probably would go to the track for the whole of the Paralympic events, for all of them really. And hopefully there'll be some people that I know that are actually competing as well. This is where I come down a little bit more realistic, I think. I think for the main stadium, we won't be using that at all. At the end of the day, that will only be used for big events, World Championships or perhaps even Grand Prix events. So from the point of view of a legacy and it being there to be used, it won't necessarily be used. It'll be like having the O2 Arena. It'll be somewhere where people can go to and watch 2020 cricket. My big fear is that what they actually do is they keep those stadia and that going at the expense of places like this and the other track at Terence McMillan. So we keep the Olympic Stadium open, we close all the little tracks that we've got around it, or the swimming pools and stuff like that, and then all we're left with is this big thing that no one can actually physically use. So I know the legacy side, that sounds a little bit negative to some respects, but if a compromise can be found that we land up with a nice big stadium that we can use for sort of big meetings, but we keep the infrastructure around it, then great.